Hey everybody. So I just watched the United Nations Security Council meeting in which those two people that escaped from Iran and now live in the United States spoke out against Iran and the brutality that's going on there. And it's all true. It's all true. But it's very interesting because right afterwards, Mike Waltz from the United States, representative to the United Nations, he spoke, and it almost seems like these two people were paid to, maybe not paid, but it was planned. It was all planned because right after the two people, the defectors of Iran, the female and the male spoke. Right afterwards, Mike Waltz spoke, and I think this is the gateway that is going to allow the United States to go and take military action against Iran. And remember, God is completely sovereign over all his creation and possibly break the bow of Elam, which is Persia/Iran. And I really do think that Israel is also going to be helping in this coalition. I think it's going to be a coalition because you have to remember the Persians are very well respected in Israel, because if it wasn't for the Persians, they wouldn't have a rebuilt temple. You know, after the Babylonian Empire came to a halt, the Persian Empire came up, and you had Cyrus the Great that was there, and Cyrus the Great allowed Ezra to go there and rebuild the walls of the temple. And then after that, you had Darius as well. Then after that, you had Artaxerxes. I forgot how to pronounce his name. Artaxerxes, yeah. So it was basically three kings of Persia. So Persia is modern day Iran, of course. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens next, because the ones, Iran wants to have this communist Islamic Brotherhood dictatorship fall down, right, and collapse. And I see the United States and Israel going in there and making it happen under, God's sovereign providential plan. Bible prophecy has to unfold. And then I see, remember how remember how President Trump went into Venezuela and started fighting with them and all this stuff just to get Nicolás Maduro out of there, right? And now he's gonna put in the lady, the de facto lady that won the Nobel Peace Prize, that now gave the Nobel Peace Prize back to Trump, from what I heard. He's gonna put her back into power, right? Under the US guise, of course. And now what I see happening is the same thing. Same thing's gonna happen with Iran. Once they topple the Iranian National Guard, Iranian Revolutionary National Guard, then they're going to put this guy, Crown Prince Reva, how do you say that? Reva Pahlavi. So, just like the United States did with Venezuela, taking Maduro out and putting this lady back in, they're gonna do with Iran. They're gonna take the Ayatollah out, and they're gonna put in the Crown Prince Reza Pahlavi, under U.S. guise, of course, right? Meaning that the United States is really gonna be the one that's controlling everything in the background. All of this is because of Bible prophecy, because there has to be a certain amount of kings at a certain amount of time. We don't know when that time is going to be, but it's looking like it's, it looks like it's just Bible prophecy is unfolding right before our very eyes. We know that. But it's very interesting what the United States, how they're getting involved, and to establish, unknowingly probably, they probably have no idea what they're doing, because God is completely sovereign, right? He he causes, he causes armies to go insane and fight against each other, right? And there's bloodshed. And then when uh, the other army, the Israeli army, comes and tries to fight, they find them all dead already. I mean, he can literally make people go mad. Remember, he created us. He's sovereign over his entire creation, so he can do whatever he wants. And it's interesting. It's interesting to see what's going to unfold. But I just ask that you pray for the people in Iran, because there's a lot of bloodshed going on there, and a lot of people for the past few years have been having visions and dreams of Yeshua HaMashiach, Jesus Christ. They tried Islam, and they saw how horrible it was, how oppressive it was, and they're like, this is not right. There's something wrong. They knew it was wrong. Something in their gut told them. And I really think it has to do with the ties, the biblical ties of Persia helping out Israel back in the, back in back in the 500 800 BC area. God remembers those things, so it's interesting to see how things are going to unfold. But yeah, I just wanted to mention that. Keep your eyes out, because there could be an invasion, and this Crown Prince Reza Pahlavi could be back in power, just like this Venezuelan president is going to be back in power, courtesy of the United States.